Today, we are back in the 90s, and instead of doing just one person, I thought there was two people who would go well together, and it would be perfectly fitting to do them in the same draft class. Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. I know a lot of you may think there's not much of a rivalry anymore. Jokic won a ring. He has more MVPs, but listen. This is still a pretty good rivalry. I mean, when Embiid is healthy, which I know isn't often, he is right up there fighting with Jokic for that MVP. And let's be honest, he probably was on the way to winning that MVP if he didn't get hurt this year. That's alright though. A lot of you are probably Joel Embiid haters. I understand everybody is a Joel Embiid hater, but this is going to be a good video. They're both 18 right now. I think what we're going to do is we're going to sim all the way up till they are both 30. And then we're going to check out who had the better career between the two. And also, we can't forget, Shaq is also in this draft class. So, the big men coming out of this draft class are pretty stacked. But alright, less talking. Let's get right to the draft and see who picks these two guys. Here we are at the draft lottery. And it looks like, well, if the Sixers get a top 3 pick, I'm not going to take any of these players because, yeah, you guys know what happens to the Sixers team in this rebuild, but, alright. And I accidentally just skipped the draft lottery. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. So, the Magic and the Timberwolves have a shot at either Shaq, Embiid, or Jokic. Sounds good. Let's go right to the NBA draft. Here we go. With the first pick, the Orlando Magic are going to take Shaq, which is pretty obvious. Let's see who's number 2. Jokic goes before Embiid, which, I'll admit it, makes sense. And, I mean, I could take Embiid on the Sixers, but I'll let him slide. I'll go ahead and take Alonzo Mourning, and then that means the Dallas Mavericks are going to take Joel Embiid. Okay, so alright, I don't know how I forgot who drafted Jokic, but we know Embiid is on the Mavericks. I will see you guys at player progression, and we'll see who these players are working with on their team. Let's go. Okay, so on Joel Embiid's team, he has Rolando Blackman, who's not good. He's 33 years old. Derek Harper, who's not good and 30 years old. And is there any young talent? Doug Smith may end up being pretty good. Donald Hodge, maybe? I am really not sure. Randy White? Yeah, I mean, this team is not good at all. I'm going to be honest. Not a good team. Over on the Timberwolves with Jokic. Also, a very, very bad team. Maybe Luke Longley will be good. And Doug Christie, but I mean, other than those guys, yeah. I mean, neither of these guys have any help. So, I don't see Embiid or Jokic making the finals this year, but let's go find out. Also, as we sim through this first season, you know I always got to stop by and say thank you to you guys for the support. I think we're around like 380 subscribers right here. We're getting real close to 400, so if you are not subscribed, please go down, click that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, I just want to keep saying thank you. You guys are leaving super nice comments. I always check them out. I always respond. And yeah, it means a lot that you guys are saying such nice things down there. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment. I'll respond to every comment. And other than that, let's get right back to the video. I feel like this doesn't happen often. Michael Jordan gets an MVP, which you would think you would definitely see more often, but I don't usually see him winning MVP. Shaq is the Rookie of the Year over Embiid and Jokic. Definitely surprising. Simmons is the Sixth Man of the Year. Patrick Ewing is the Defensive Player of the Year for now, until Shaq starts taking that award over. Rick Fox is the Most Improved Player, and the Bulls go 60-22. Pretty good, Bulls, pretty good. But we're here for Embiid or Jokic. No Embiid or Jokic on the first, second, or third team. But you already know they will be on the all-rookie team. Let's see their stats. Embiid puts up 12, 9, and 1. Not bad, but not good. Jokic puts up 18, 7-6. Oh, he is way better than Embiid right now. Embiid, what is going on? Is it a minutes thing, maybe? No, he's getting 30 minutes. Shaq, I don't know how Shaq won over Jokic. I mean, these stats, Jokic did way better, in my opinion. Look at his assists. Yeah, no, and they played the same amount of minutes, all of them. And Shaq even played more minutes. Huh. Yeah, Embiid, you gotta figure it out, dude. You definitely have to figure it out. But alright. Let's see if they made the playoffs. Come on. Timberwolves? No. Mavericks? No. Okay, so we didn't expect either of them to make the playoffs, and they sure didn't. I don't know what team Shaq is on, so maybe we'll see Shaq win a championship here, but I doubt it. Clyde Drexler is actually the one to win Finals MVP, and who's on this Blazers team? Absolutely nobody. It shouldn't be too hard to rebuild for Jokic and Embiid, because look at these teams that are in the playoffs. I mean, completely mid teams right here. If we can't beat Mark Price and Brad Doherty, then we're screwed. But alright, let's go to player progression and see if these two teams got any better. Well, the Mavericks definitely cooked, because Embiid goes up 5 overall. He is at 85 overall now, but if you look down here, they also drafted Penny Hardaway. A very, very good pick for the Mavericks. Anybody else? Doug Smith goes up 1 overall. Other than that, though, nothing to really see here, but at least now, Joel Embiid has a duo. Him and Penny Hardaway. Let's go over to the Timberwolves. Nikola Jokic goes up 5 overall as well. He is also an 85. And wow, they drafted Chris Webber. That is a really good pick. He always I see him get a lot of MVPs even in all of these videos, so that is definitely crazy. He's probably going to be very good. Doug Christie also goes up 3 overall. Luke Longley only 1. But yeah. Alright, so now both of our guys have a duo. Let's see if that's enough for them to make it to the playoffs. Patrick Ewing wins the second MVP of the video. Chris Webber, Jokic's teammate, is the Rookie of the Year. And I'm telling you guys, he gets really, really good. Every video I do, he gets really good. David Robinson is the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm surprised it's not Shaq yet. D. Brown, Most Improved. And it looks like the Bulls and the Celtics are the 2 best teams in the league right now. Except the Celtics are way lower overall, but that's okay. Any Embiid or Jokic? No. No Shaq either. Chris Webber makes the second team, and so does Joel Embiid. Is Chris Webber taking over Jokic's spot? That is crazy. Jokic does make the All-NBA third team, though. All defensive, I don't expect to see Embiid or Jokic, I'll be honest. But alright, how good was Penny Hardaway? Pretty good. Not as good as Chris Webber, though. Did either team make the playoffs? The Mavericks did make the playoffs. I don't see the Timberwolves, though. So Jokic and Chris Webber do not make it, but Penny Hardaway and Embiid, let's see how you can do. They're going against the Denver Nuggets, who have Dikembe Mutombo. I mean, this team is nothing special. Abdul Rauf is also on this team, but I don't think they can beat Embiid and Penny Hardaway. I will be honest. We do go up 2-1, 2-2 now, and we win it in Game 5. Wow. That was a close one. And now we are going against the number 7 seed Seattle with Gary Payton, Shawn Kemp. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we can beat this team too. They take Game 1 and Game 2. We take Game 3 though. Can we take Game 4? Yes, we can. How about Game 5? Yes, we can. Not Game 6 though. Alright, let's go to Simcast. We'll see how this goes. So, Seattle is up right now. It's a really close game, though. We take the lead at the end of the game. And, yeah, this is definitely one that it's looking like we're going to jump in. Never mind. The Mavericks are taking this one home. An easy win at the end for Dallas. And in his second year, Joel Embiid is headed to the conference finals. Now, we saw this Blazers team last year. This 96 Clyde Drexler is going to be very hard to beat, especially with Hersey Hawkins on his team, but let's give it a shot. They obviously go up 1-0, 2-0. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one, guys. I think we might even get swept, but that's all right. Embiid, I'm proud of you. You made it way farther than I thought you would, especially with this, I mean, as of right now, pretty mid-team. That's all right, though. Trailblazers, you guys are probably going to win again. Clyde Drexler, you are pretty overpowered right now, but that's all right. Let's go to player progression and see how much better our two big men have gotten. So looking at the Mavericks, a now 21-year-old Embiid is a 90 overall. Penny Hardaway is at an 85, but the thing about them making the playoffs is, yeah, look at your team now. You guys have nobody outside of your duo. It's going to be a rough year for them. Over at the Timberwolves, Jokic has gone up to an 89 overall, and Chris Webber already is an 87. Wow, that is not cool. He is definitely going to take this spot from Jokic. Jokic is on the last year of his contract. He might even leave this team after seeing something like that. Did they get anybody this year? It looks like they drafted maybe Aaron McKee, and yes, they did. As a Sixers fan, I could tell you that is not a great pick. He was no help for Iverson and Mutombo. Especially Iverson, because Mutombo was barely help in himself. But alright, let's go see if these two teams can make the playoffs. Michael Jordan once again wins MVP. Jason Kidd is the Rookie of the Year this year. Billy Owens, the sixth man. And wow, Joel Embiid wins a Defensive Player of the Year. Really never thought I would see that, and honestly, I thought he would average some more points than this. What are we doing? 16 points per game, 14 rebounds. This is not a realistic Joel Embiid right here, I will be honest. Any Jokic sightings? Not yet. Somehow the Pistons, though, they go 62-20. Insane. No Embiid and no Jokic on the first team, but Chris Webber makes it. I told you guys, Alonzo Mourning also makes it from the same draft class. No Shaq, though. But Chris Webber, yeah, he is definitely taken over as the number one. Jokic makes the All-NBA second team, but the Defensive Player of the Year does not. Very, very interesting. He does make the third team, though, along with his teammate, Penny Hardaway. That is pretty good. Penny Hardaway up to 20 points. Jokic, by the way, is averaging 20, 10, and 8. Triple-double coming soon for Jokic for sure. And yeah, all-defensive team. Obviously, Embiid is there. I don't expect to see Jokic. Chris Webber, though, makes it the real number one on the Timberwolves, averaging a double-double already and 5 assists. Not bad at all. Did they make the playoffs? The Timberwolves are the 8 seed, and the Mavericks are the 2 seed. Not sure how they're doing it, but this Mavericks team can really win games. I'm not sure how they're the 2 seed, but that is pretty crazy. Alright, so I think the Mavericks have it done, so I'm going to go up here to the Timberwolves. Can they beat 96 Clyde Drexler? It's looking like, oh, maybe they can. And these guys are in a 2-2 as well. Everybody's in a 2-2. Whoever wins these games is the champ. So I'm going to sim through round. You guys ready? Okay. So Minnesota did lose. Jokic and Chris Webber couldn't quite get it done yet. But I mean, they put up a way better fight against Portland than Dallas did last year. But Dallas did make it to the second round. Who does Houston have? Absolutely nobody. They have Hakeem, but I think we can handle that. Embiid versus Hakeem. Let's go. Embiid takes game 1 against Hakeem and game 2. Hakeem, though, coming back. But it's not going to be enough. Or is it? Or is it? Let's head over to Simcast for this one. And I did not mean to hit that. Let's go. Come on, Embiid. Man, these simcasts are always so close. Okay. Is this worth jumping in? I think the Mavericks should have it. I'll be honest. And they do. And they do. The Mavericks take it home. And now they got to go for the rematch against Portland. Clyde Drexler in himself is just going to be hard to beat. But, hey, let's give it a shot. Portland does take game 1. We come back, though, and take a game against Portland, who swept us last year. They take game 3. We take game 4. They take game 5. Come on, please, force a game 7. And we can't force this game 7. Rematch of last year, the Trailblazers have made it back. And this year they get swept by a prime Michael Jordan, who you can tell he is in his prime, averaging almost 40 points. Wow. Good job, Michael Jordan. Also, good job, Dallas, though. You have made it to the conference finals 2 times in a row, which is more than Embiid has made it to the conference finals in real life. Let that sink in. But all right, let's go to the offseason. Let's go to player progression and see how much better these 2 big men have gotten. Okay, well, at least the Mavericks are trying their best to get some help. They have signed Dennis Rodman. Hey, I mean, do what you got to do, Mavericks. Embiid is all the way up to a 94 overall now. Penny Hardaway is at an 89, approaching a 90 overall. And yeah, we still have Dennis Rodman and Derek Harper. More of a complete Ricky Wells, too, down here, I think is who they drafted. Not a bad draft pick, but yeah, I mean, this starting lineup is starting to fill out a little more now. That's all I can say. Let's go to the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves with Jokic and Weber at a 93 and an 89 as well. I mean, they have Mark Jackson now. Not sure when they got him. Doug West as well. I mean, they also are starting to fill out their starting lineup a little more too. But we're going to have to see what happens this year. I don't know if either of these teams are ready to win it all yet. I can't say I was expecting this, but Joel Embiid gets his first MVP after not even making the first team or second team last year. Goes up to 24 points per game. I don't know. I still expect more from him. I mean, he should be averaging upwards of 30, if we're being honest. Kevin Garnett is the Rookie of the Year. David Robinson, the Defensive Player of the Year. Did he have better defensive stats than Embiid? No, he didn't, but that's alright. And yeah, wow, the Mavericks go 60 and 22. What is going on here? Their team didn't even look that good. Penny Hardaway makes the All-NBA first team along Joel Embiid. Same with Chris Webber. Not sure what just happened there. Chris Webber, though, is what I meant to say. Jokic does make the second team, but I mean, you're a little behind, dude. You're a little bit behind. Maybe Dennis Rodman was all that team needed. Joel Embiid surprisingly doesn't make the all-defensive first team. He makes the second, though, with Chris Webber, who put up 23 points this year. How did Jokic do this year? Also put up 23 points this year. Basically, almost a triple-double. That triple-double will come soon to all of you Jokic fans. I know for a fact he will start averaging a triple-double. But, alright, we know the Mavericks made the playoffs. Did the Timberwolves? And they did, and they're the 3 seed this year. Not bad at all. Jokic and Chris Webber are a pretty good duo. Somehow Chris Webber's a little better, though. I'm not sure how he does so good in Sim, but yeah, it's crazy. Alright, so Dallas should easily beat San Antonio. Let's go over here to the Supersonics and see if Minnesota can win. They do win Game 1 and Game 2. They don't sweep in the first round, but wow, and they don't get it done. Dallas obviously swept up there. Let's go to Simcast for this one. Come on, Timberwolves. Oh no. A very, very close game once again. I mean, these games are crazy, and the Timberwolves are going to lose in the first round by 2 points. Timberwolves, you guys got to do better. You've just got to. That's all right, though. Dallas still has a chance. They do have to go against Hakeem once again, but what happened last time? Embiid versus Hakeem is not a good matchup for Hakeem as he gets swept. Joel Embiid is on a run this playoffs with Dennis Rodman and Penny Hardaway. Can they beat Utah? Now, we know they have Karl the Creep Malone and Johnny John Stockton, Little John Stockton, but I don't know. I don't think it's enough to beat Embiid as we get number 1 and game number 2 and game number 3, and we sweep Karl the Creep Malone. Screw you, creepy dude. Alright. The Mavericks finally make it past the conference finals, and they're in the finals going against the Charlotte Hornets with, it looks like, just Larry Johnson. Muggsy Bogues is down there too. Not sure how you're an 82 overall. I mean, let's look at your career stats. Never mind. You did average over 10 assists. I didn't realize you were like that. But let's go. Game 1 goes to Dallas. Game 2 goes to Dallas. The Hornets do take one game, but it's just not going to be enough. Never mind. I spoke way too soon. Dallas do not choke this. Oh my gosh. Another very, very close game in Simcast. Oh my god. Not sure what's going on here, really. Okay. 3 minutes left. 100 to 104. We're jumping in. I will see you guys there. Here we go. It looks like Mark Eaton is passing in the ball to an auto-generated player, Mr. Brand. He's going to dribble for a little. Pass it to Robinson. Over to Kendall Gill. Hit Larry Johnson. Never mind. Brand is feeling it, we thought. Dennis Rodman, a huge pickup in the offseason, getting the rebound. Penny Hardaway now going to pull up from mid-range. Not quite, though. Larry Johnson passing it up to Brand. Over to Kendall Gill, who's going to post up on Derek Harper and put up an easy layup. And one. I didn't even realize it was an and one, but that is huge. Very needed for Charlotte, as if he makes this, wow, they would have been down 1 point. Dennis Rodman with another huge rebound. Where is Joel Embiid? You have Muggsy Bogues on you. Post up. Wow. Derek Harper. Wow. What a shot. A step back three in Muggsy Bogues' face. Kendall Gill now going to go right at Penny Hardaway. Pass it over to Larry Johnson. Dennis Rodman on him. Looking to clamp up. Mark Eaton and Dennis Rodman are going at it right now. Not sure who number 50 is guarding Mark Eaton, but I don't think it's a good idea. Not sure who shot that because I was looking down low. I think Kendall Gill misses the three. Derek Harper going to take the ball up. Post this little guy up. Passes it in to Stewart. That is not your shot. Where is Embiid? Did Embiid foul out? I just don't understand. No way he fouled out in Game 7 of the finals. Penny Hardaway and Dennis Rodman going to have to do what they can to win this game, and great defense by them. Derek Harper gets the ball. Slow it down, Derek. Slow it down. You guys have time here. Is there a shot clock in the 90s? There's got to be. I guess you just can't see it in the bottom right. Penny Hardaway going to post fade, and there is a shot clock. Dennis Rodman coming up huge. Wow. What a game for Derek Rodman, or Dennis Rodman, and what a season for Dennis Rodman too. He was able to get this Mavericks team past the hump. And Penny Hardaway now going to take the ball up, and you have time, dude. You have time. Dribble this ball around for a little bit, and Derek Harper is going to do that. He's going to hold it for as long as he can. Go around the screen. Pull up in Muggsy Bogues' face like he's not even there. Muggsy, get off the court. You are a defensive liability. And just like that, Derek Harper has sealed the game. We're going to head back to Simcast. We're going to continue it, and yeah. It's over. The Dallas Mavericks have finally done it. Joel Embiid wins an MVP, and let's see if he gets it here. And doesn't win a Finals MVP, but does win a championship. Penny Hardaway is the Finals MVP. Almost 30 points for him there. Now let me see something. Did Embiid foul out in Game 7? And yes, he did. Man. Dennis Rodman with 13 rebounds. You are lucky you had Dennis Rodman to back you up. But yeah, Penny Hardaway, you carried. You deserve this. Good Finals MVP. And Jokic, you have some catching up to do at this point. Let's go see if you can do it. Well, here at Player Progression, I'm not sure why Embiid has stopped progressing. His max potential was a 99, his min potential was 94, and his potential was a 97. So I'm not sure why he's stopping at 94. That's okay, though. Penny Hardaway is up to a 90. Rodman going down a little bit. But, I mean, their big three is still pretty much intact. It's just Rodman is getting lower as the days go on. If we go over to the Timberwolves, let's see what they're cooking. Okay. Jokic is a 94 now, too. Chris Webber is a 93. And they have an 84 overall Mark Jackson and an 80 Doug West as well. I mean, just by looking at it, you would think this Timberwolves team would be a lot better. But maybe I'm wrong. I just would think they would be better. Who are these guys even drafting nowadays? Alright. Without further ado, let's go see if these teams can win a championship. You guys gotta let me know, was the Timberwolves drafting Chris Webber the worst thing that ever happened to Jokic? Chris Webber wins MVP, averaging 30 points and 13 rebounds. Allen Iverson on the Sixers is the Rookie of the Year. Any sightings of Embiid or Jokic? No, but the Mavericks once again are 66-16. How is this happening? How are they a 99 overall team? I really don't understand. It must be glitched or something. Penny Hardaway makes the first team over Embiid. Jokic also makes the first team. Chris Webber obviously was the MVP. Embiid on the second team with Allen Iverson. And yeah, how about defense? No, Embiid. Shaq makes it. Penny Hardaway makes it. Shaq, what have you been doing your whole career? Not sure. Penny Hardaway averaged 28. Where is Embiid? Embiid averaged 23 once again. A pretty mid-season. Chris Webber, we saw he averaged 30. 28 for Penny. And 28 for Jokic. Almost a triple-double. Now, Jokic, this was a breakout year for Jokic. Let's be honest. But alright, did these teams make the playoffs? We know the Mavericks are the 1 seed and the Timberwolves are the 3 seed. Come on, Timberwolves. We're rooting for you now. They take Game 1 against the Warriors, but the Warriors take Game 2. Timberwolves, come on. You need this one. And they do it. Dallas up here needs to win just one more game, and they do it. Come on, we're 1 round away from a Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic matchup. Let's do it. Let's go down here, because I'm sure the Mavericks will win, but the Timberwolves, you guys have to beat Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. Can you do it? Yes, they can. They take Game 1, and Game 2, and Game 3, and Game 4. They sweep the Supersonics. Can the Mavericks beat Denver? Come on, you guys can beat Denver. Come back. There we go. 2-2. 3-2. And there we have it. For the first time in the conference finals, we have a Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic matchup. Alright. Let's see who can get the best of this matchup. Joel Embiid takes Game 1 against Jokic. And Game 2 against Jokic. Jokic comes back, though, in Game 3. I'm sorry if you guys can hear sirens right now. You probably can't hear that. I don't know why I'm even bringing it up. And here we go. The series is 2-2. This is crazy. Minnesota goes up in the series for the first time. Can they seal it here? And they do. Goodbye, Dallas. This is Minnesota's year. Wow. They do have to beat Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, though. Can they do it? They take game 1. They take game 2. They take game 3. Oh, no sweep. Oh, no. Come on, man. Are you really going to let this team come back from a 3-0 lead? The first of all time. Here we are in Simcast. No way. This is such a close game, and this is really Jokic's moment. No way. No. And they do it! The Minnesota Timberwolves by 1 point win their first NBA championship, and Jokic is a finals MVP. Who was Chris Webber carrying? Jokic does it. And this just got very, very interesting. Sorry I didn't jump in that game and watch the ending, but this just got interesting. Now, Jokic has a finals MVP, and Embiid has a regular MVP, and they both won a championship. Let's go see who can get the upper hand. And don't forget, in their first playoff matchup, Jokic was the one who won. But alright, let's go see who can get the advantage in this matchup. Well, I just went to the Mavericks, and this is insane. Tracy McGrady is on the Mavericks to join 96 overall Joel Embiid, 90 overall Penny Hardaway, and a weaker but still hustling Dennis Rodman. How did this team get Tracy McGrady, man? I do not understand, but hey, I will take it. When we go over to the Timberwolves, Jokic and Webber are still there. Jokic is up to a 95 now. Mark Jackson and Doug West as well are both still there. Any rookie that I should be familiar with? No. But that is crazy. I can't believe they got Tracy McGrady. That could be a game changer, but it's time to go find out. Well, this is game changing. A 30-point, almost triple-double in the 1998 season for Nikola Jokic is enough to win MVP. And he has just taken the lead over Joel Embiid. That is insane. Tim Duncan is the Rookie of the Year. Ralph Oakley is the sixth man. Alonzo Mourning, who is still repping the Sixers, proud of you for that, gets 3.1 blocks. And hey, maybe that wasn't a bad draft pick by me. You know what I'm saying? Not bad at all. Ralph also is the most improved. And the Timberwolves and the Mavericks are the two best teams in the league. Who would have thought? Jokic makes the first team, and so does Chris Webber. Penny Hardaway and Embiid on the second team. I mean, wow. Tim Duncan makes the third team as a rookie. Alonzo Mourning, my draft pick, makes the third team. How about defensive? Chris Webber is on the defensive. Noah Embiid, only one defensive player of the year for him. Tracy McGrady, how did you do? Not bad, not bad. Let's go see Joel Embiid's stats. I mean, definitely his best year yet. This is more like what I was expecting, but I still think he can score more. Alright, let's look at how the playoffs are looking. The Timberwolves this year are the number 1 seed, and Dallas this year is the number 3. How the tide changes. Look at Portland now. Remember when you guys were always the number 1 seed? But alright. Dallas, we are worried about you against the Supersonics, but maybe we shouldn't have been, as you sweep them. Minnesota, we weren't worried about you, but you did let the Blazers get a game. That's alright, though. They both make it past the first round. Golden State and the Clippers. Come on, let's go. Dallas takes game 1. Clippers, though, come back and take game 2. Dallas, game 3 and 4. And wait. No way Minnesota just got swept. by Chris Mullin. No way. Wow. Jokic is getting fraud alert right now. Maybe Chris Webber tried to do a little too much in that series. Yeah, you got to let Jokic cook, man. Wow, that is crazy. Dallas, this is your year to maybe take over. Can they beat the Warriors? The team that swept the Timberwolves, and they might sweep them. 3-0. 4-0. So they sweep the team that swept the Timberwolves. No chance. What is going on? And the Atlanta Hawks are in the finals. Jason Kidd, Manute Bol, Jamal Mashburn, Peja, Steve Kerr. They are getting smoked. Dallas Mavericks, I should give you this championship already. And that is not a sweep, ladies and gentlemen. And wow, they almost blew another 3-0 lead, but the Dallas Mavericks win a championship, and Penny Hardaway again. What do we think about this, guys? This is crazy. Because Embiid does have 2 championships, but he has 0 finals MVPs. We can't leave that part out. But he did just sweep the team that swept Jokic. Man, this is getting crazy. I mean, somebody needs to do something here to stand out from the other, because these two are head-to-head right now. But alright, let's go see how much better Tracy McGrady got. And the Mavericks made some moves. No more Dennis Rodman. I'm sorry, Dennis. I loved having you on the squad. You did what you needed to do for this team. It looks like Embiid is done going up at a 96. Penny Hardaway is a 91 now. And they got Calbert Cheaney. Not a bad pickup. Tracy McGrady goes all the way up to an 81. And yeah, I mean, this Mavericks team is looking really good. Let's go over to the Timberwolves with Jokic and Chris Webber. I mean, also not a bad team at all. I don't see any special rookies. It looks like it's still the Jokic and Webber show. And Jokic is only a 95. I thought he would be a 96 as well, but that's alright. 95 is pretty solid, I would say. And yeah, a pretty nice big 4 here. Maybe a big 5 if you want to count Brent. But, I mean, it's really still the Jokic and Webber show. But alright, let's go see. Timberwolves or Mavericks? Jokic or Embiid? We got to go find out. I'm telling you guys, you cannot make this stuff up. How is he MVP? His stats are not even that good. I mean, 23. I mean, it must be based off their record, maybe. I mean, his percentage was pretty good. Any Jokic? Shaq is the Defensive Player of the Year, finally. And yeah, I mean, the Mavericks go 69-13. That is probably why he was MVP, if we're being honest. He does make the first team. Chris Webber also makes the first team. How did Jokic do? Wow. I mean, to say Jokic didn't have better stats would be crazy. What was their team? And where is Penny Hardaway? Definitely a very, very weird season. But I mean, hey, I guess Embiid got another MVP. Let's go see how the playoffs are looking. Dallas is the 1 seed, obviously, and then Minnesota is down here at the 3 seed. How's T-Mac? T-Mac's an 8. Yeah, I mean, this team is stacked. Rumor has it Embiid is getting carried by his team. I think we can sim around here. And there we go. Dallas and Minnesota both make it out of the first round. But can Minnesota beat Seattle with Kevin Garnett and Shawn Kemp? Doesn't look like it. They do take a game, though. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if you guys are good enough. Wow. Can Dallas even beat Shawn Kemp and Kevin Garnett? We are about to find out. They do take game 1. Yeah, I mean, this Sonics team is the real deal, but they just aren't good enough to beat this Dallas team who is the realest deal. Once again, Atlanta makes it to the finals, and Atlanta, I'm sorry, but you guys have 0 chances against the Mavericks. Joel Embiid gets his first finals MVP. No way. I asked somebody to make a change in this race, and yeah, Embiid gets an MVP and a finals MVP in the same year. Jokic, you better be on the comeback for this next season. We are getting closer to the end of this video. Tracy McGrady is all the way up to an 86 now. Chaney is still an 84. Cliff Robinson is now on the team too. And I don't see anybody beating this Mavericks team. I will be honest. But let's check out the Timberwolves. Jokic also 26. Him and Chris Webber are still the main duo. Baron Davis is somehow now on the team too. I mean, he's no Tracy McGrady, I don't think, but that could be a game changer. And he's a higher overall to start off than Tracy McGrady, so, hey. Wow. Is that helicopter flying right over my house? Oh my gosh, I can hear that from here. But alright, Baron Davis, that could be a game changer, but I guess we're going to have to go find out. They're both 26 years old. I told you guys we are stopping once they hit 30. So, Jokic, you got about 4 more seasons to take over. I mean, maybe Jokic is such a good teammate that it's negatively affecting him. Chris Webber gets another MVP. I hate to see it, honestly. Manu Ginobili is the Rookie of the Year over Baron Davis. Dirk is the most improved player. Not sure when he got in the league, but the Mavericks go 71-11. Okay. Jokic does make the first team. No Embiid anywhere to be seen. He is on the third team, though. Kobe Bryant is the 96 overall now. Does he make maybe the defensive team? Tracy McGrady makes the all-defensive first team. Oh, yeah, it's over. This Mavericks team is the most stacked team I've ever seen. Let's just sim the first round once again. Both teams should be able to win. There we go. Minnesota got revenge against the Warriors. Good job. Can they get revenge against the Sonics, though? I don't know. Doesn't look like it right now. Wow, and once again, it looks like the Seattle Supersonics. Maybe not. I'm not going to Simcast for it because it's not worth it, but Minnesota gets it done. Dallas now against Minnesota. This is the second time in this video, only the second time, that Embiid and Jokic are going head-to-head. And I'm not sure why Embiid's such a higher overall. I put them at the same, but it's just what 2K chose, not me. Alright, let's go. Game 1 is going to go to Joel Embiid. Game 2 to Nikola Jokic. Game 3 also to Nikola Jokic. 2-2 now. This is insane. 3-2 Embiid. And the Mavericks get revenge on the Timberwolves and are able to get it done. No way. Now they are 1-1 in head-to-head matchups. That is crazy. Pacers, I'm sorry. I don't think you guys stand a chance in the world. I'm just going to sim the round. And Joel Embiid gets another Finals MVP. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Alright. I mean, Embiid seems to have taken over this rivalry, but hey, there's still, I think, 3 more seasons until they are 30, so Jokic, you have some work to go put in. Well, guys, I'm not going to lie, I accidentally skipped through player progression. I know for a fact if we go over to the Mavericks, it's not going to show them. Tracy McGrady was a 91 overall, and then over on the Timberwolves, Baron Davis is only up to an 83. Basically, to give you guys a sneak peek at what I saw, Embiid is a 97 now. Jokic, only a 96. But, I mean, the Mavericks looked like an unbeatable team. I'll tell you that now. A 97, a 91, and a 91. Yeah, it's over. The Mavericks are winning again. Joel Embiid gets another MVP, and at this point, they must be going purely off of record. 73-9? Oh yeah, it's over for the league. The Dallas Mavericks have completely taken over in 2001. Joel Embiid, obviously, on the first team. Tracy McGrady makes it this year, averaging 22 points. Jokic only on the second team. I mean, still, I think he's putting up better stats than Embiid. It's got to be just based off team success at this point. It's the only thing that makes any sense to me. All right, though. We know the Mavericks are the 1 seed. Where are the Timberwolves? The 3 seed once again. Now, at this point, I'm going to go round by round. Minnesota does barely advance, and once again, they are against the Supersonics. And they get it done. Okay. Now, this is the tiebreaker between the head-to-head games of Jokic and Embiid. Now, I'm not saying it's fair at all. I know it's not fair. Tracy McGrady being on the team definitely changed a lot. Baron Davis, though, isn't bad. And yeah, I mean, this duo, we know about this duo. They are a good duo, but I just don't think they can take down the Mavericks super team that they have. First game, obviously, the Mavericks. Second game, the Mavericks too. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Jokic just got swept by Embiid, and that might have been the nail in the coffin. And wow, no way. I simmed because I thought it would be an easy win for the Mavericks, but the Hornets actually steal one from them. And these guys are not a better team at all. I can't believe that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Jokic, the Hornets just gave you a second chance, but this is a bad look. You can't be getting swept by Embiid. Come on. We are back at player progression, and Tracy McGrady is all the way up to a 93 now, and somehow at 30 years old, Penny Hardaway has gone up to a 92. I mean, the team below them, though, is pretty bad. Over at the Timberwolves, Baron Davis is an 87 now. They also have Glenn Rice. Jokic, 96, and Chris Webber is a 94. I mean, these guys should have a chance, especially with Baron Davis getting a lot better and the pickup of Glenn Rice, but I'm afraid it's just not going to be enough, but let's go find out. Well, this is crazy. Tracy McGrady wins an MVP. Yeah, I guess he is better than Embiid now. Gilbert Arenas is the Rookie of the Year. Rip Hamilton is the Sixth Man of the Year. Shaq, Defensive Player of the Year. Lamar Odom is the Most Improved Player. And the Mavericks go 63-19. Man, I'm getting tired of this team. I'll be honest. Jokic, can you please beat him? Jokic does make the first team. His stats have gone down. No Embiid on the first, second. Does make the third team. His stats are also going down. And yeah, it makes sense. This is just about the last year, but let's see what happens in these playoffs. I'm going to go round by round. Minnesota and Dallas both barely win. Seattle is now the 7 seed, even with still having Sean Kemp and Kevin Garnett, so it still should be a close game, but not really. Okay. Minnesota, you have a chance to redeem yourself, but I'm just not sure if you have what it takes. I mean, Tracy McGrady is really good now. They do take Game 1 and Game 2. Minnesota does come back, but it's just not going to be enough. The Mavericks are too good, and I want revenge against Charlotte, so I'm going game by game here. Wow, the Hornets. I mean, the Hornets put up a good fight. This is crazy, but not good enough. T-Mac wins his first Finals MVP, and yeah, I think we can call it here, guys. I think we know if we go another season, we know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be the T-Mac show. But yeah, I will be back at player progression, and we're going to go over who was better. Well, we will start with the Mavericks, the team they're ending with. I mean, this big three is amazing. Embiid, Tracy McGrady, and Penny Hardaway, but we're here for Embiid. If you guys want to see his stats on any particular season, here you go. I mean, not even the craziest career stat-wise, but I think the big point is when you go over here to his award history. He is a 5-time NBA champion, and a 3-time MVP. He did win 2 finals MVPs. And yeah, he was the defensive player of the year too. It doesn't show that. A 9-time All-Star. So remember these stats. And we're going to go over and we're going to look at the Timberwolves. Their ending team was Jokic, Chris Webber, and Baron Davis. They were only getting better. Sucks that it's ending here, but Jokic was only a 1-time champion, a 1-time MVP, and a 1-time Finals MVP. Also a 9-time All-Star. So, I mean, if we're looking at purely awards, yeah, it was a wash for Embiid. He definitely dominated the league, but, I mean, when you look at purely stats, I mean, it would be dumb to say that Jokic wasn't putting up better numbers. He was putting up way better numbers throughout the prime of his career, but, hey, I mean, it's more about awards than just singular stats. So, Embiid, you have done it. You had a better career in the 90s than Jokic. Crazy to say because in real life, I think we all know who's having a better career right now. Jokic, you are the only one who's a champion. You are the only one who's even made it to the conference finals in real life. So, yeah, and you have more MVPs. So, yeah, in this fantasy land, Embiid, you're better. But in real life, Jokic, you are the better player. But, all right. Without further ado, I got nothing else to say. So, I think you guys know what that means. Peace.